Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included Aquatic Planet Pack, where we have everything, and also where we cry a little bit, because our little infinite storage down here got some salt water on it, and apparently some mucin, and it broke it. Which happens, and that sucks, but it's okay. It will be fixed at some point, and whatever. Not that big of a deal. Temporary solution right now anyway. There's so many different liquids and stuff down here that I can't really complain too much about it. Um, there is a lot that we kind of need to do, and I found something really funny. So I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was shooting down Demolior, episodes ago, I lost one of the blast shots, and I couldn't figure out what was going on to where, like, why did I only have 99 hit Demolior? Why did I need to make another one? It fell down here. I guess in the whole suffocation fiasco that we had of people coming down here, they dropped it and it got left, and I didn't realize it before I closed this area off. Because I closed it off when they were suffocating down here because I didn't want anybody to die. Um, and there's a couple things we're wanting to do today. I have popped open this leaky oil fissure. It has been a couple of cycles since the last episode. Just because I was kind of trying to let us dig stuff out, and also trying to get some of my glossy Drecos online, which we've gotten a few of them in here. I do still have the incubator going right now, just to make sure that we restock the way we need to. All of the eggs that are in here will hatch at a pretty decent rate. I don't think we'll need incubators in the future once all of these are all stocked up. I think that will be perfectly fine because they all have the mealwood. They all have, the hydrogen to provide us with the plastic and stuff. Like, we'll be okay. So not too worried about that. Let's see. Is there anything else I fixed? Oh, I fixed I fixed this in between episodes as well. I actually got the lead suits online. The dupes still, funny enough, have this really terrible habit of, like, they will dock their suit and then it'll get stolen by somebody. I don't really know what causes it. But it's happened multiple times. But they are in the radiation suits now, so I don't have as much radiation vomiting and people starving because they're vomiting all the time. Let's see. This got something. I don't know what happened to my liquid here. But I'll have to re-put in that liquid, sadly enough, because this is overpressuring this, which kind of sucks. Which is perfectly fine. I have so many different liquids that I could put on there. I could probably just drop a little bit of crude oil on there and it'll be perfectly fine. The first thing we really want to do in this episode is something that I have been talking about doing for probably like 10 episodes at this point. We want to finish Minnow. And I can't believe I haven't done it yet. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. Because we have access to her. She is... Oh, I say that, and then I don't know where she is. She's right here. So we could literally come in here. And talk to Minnow real quick. Oh, don't dig up that tube, Leah. It's plastic. It's free plastic. We like free plastic. Let's see. Enable delivery to her. So she wants caviar. And the way we get caviar... Zoom out a little bit so that this move isn't quite as terrible. The way we get caviar is by milking sequines. And the way we get sequines is something that we got a couple episodes ago. I had finished it, and I don't really know why I didn't put it in. Oh, I thought I could fit it here. Nope, but I could fit it here. Perfect, actually. So I'll put this milking station here. I don't think it needs power. It does not need power. Perfect. But what we will need is we'll need the gleaner. And oh, it's right there. I just didn't see it. I will need to remove some. I could actually, let's put it here. The problem is that it'll output mucin, if I'm not mistaken. When this stuff, let's see. They give us Ovaline, and Ovaline turns into caviar, carbon dioxide, and mucin. So we'll need an output for the mucin, which honestly, what we can do right now is we can just kind of pop it into a liquid reservoir. It's likely not going to hurt anything. I don't know why it would. So literally what we'll do is we'll bring this up into here, and then just dump the mucin into a container for now. And that'll be it. But this will need power. How much power does it require, though, is the question. Because we need to make sure we're not overloading our wires too much here. 480. How are we doing? That's got a lot of stuff on it. This doesn't have that much stuff on it, but it's also only running with one hydrogen generator. Meh, that'll be fine. That will be fine. Oh, it's got a hydrogen generator and the and this on it. So yeah, that'll be perfect. I could. I'm not actually using this anymore. Like this isn't being used anymore at all. Right? Yeah, this isn't being used anymore at all, so I can deconstruct that. Then all of this, I'll set it to, now we'll set it to priority 9. We want it to get done. We want to get that caviar in. We want the dupes to be able to eat the caviar because it will give them, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a +3 bonus to morale. Oh, +2. It's only a +2 to their standard food. But I mean, still, that's great because I think table salt is only a +1. Oh, it doesn't do. I thought it was a +1 to their food. I'm mistaken. My bad. The decor of our base is great. And actually, another thing we're gonna want to do today is we're gonna want to deconstruct all of these. We'll probably do it. We'll probably do it a couple at a time because what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to come in here, and we're going to want to put the comfy beds in. And now, of course, since we're on the aquatic planet pack, we have to use either the dream boat, the pearly pillow top, or the aquatic rocket. So we'll put those in. I'll probably stagger them. Those are, of course, 9s. So we want everybody to have their comfy beds. If some of these guys don't have a place to sleep for tonight, it'll be fine. They will be perfectly okay. And that does turn these rooms into luxury barracks instead of just the barracks. We could make them a bit wider and turn them into the what is the next one? Private bedrooms. But I made the mistake of not making them 24 and only making them 16. And that kind of messed that all up. So let's see how we're doing over here. So we have our gleaner in now. Make sure, I'm pretty sure this will still function without that pipe there, but it'll be okay. We'll put it in anyway. You probably should put automation in these to make it to where, we're not hungry, are we? No, we're not starving or anything. This stuff is not getting fertilized though, and I think that's kind of a problem. There we go. There was our first batch of Ovaline. And there's all that mucin coming out. Nice. So we have to be a little careful with milking them because it decreases every time they're milked, it decreases their reproductive chance. I wish it would say, let me see. Okay, so they can only be milked when their reproduction reaches 75, and I think it decreases by 20%. If I'm not mistaken, I think it decreases by 20%. I'm not sure if that's absolutely correct. I'd have to look it up. I'm not gonna get another dupe yet because I think what we want is I think we want to get Minnow before we do anything else. This has 8 kilos in it, and she wants 20, if I'm not mistaken. She wants 10. Okay, so we only need 2 more kilograms of caviar for her, which perfectly fine. These guys should produce, in time. They all should have just eaten, because we had a batch of pearl. But yeah, perfect. So what do we have in here? We have sand. The sand is just to fertilize these guys, but I don't have a... What I should have is I should have a rail going through here and actually fertilizing these guys so that my dupes don't have to come do it. But it's okay. How did we get a sequine in here? How we do this? Hey, how did we manage to do that? That's a great question. Sequines shouldn't even be... I bet we dropped it. I bet we came this way and then dropped it and it just fell through the door. Interesting. It's a bit goofy, but it happens. It does. It happens. We got another ore hole in here. He is elderly, but he has dropped 2 eggs. And we also actually have our polluted water going here from the mud. It took them a while to actually get it done. We removed the reed fiber just because we have so much other reed fiber, and we also have our Drecos now, so we don't have to worry about wasting polluted water on reed fibers. The boys are just doing their thing and doing a great job at it. Let's see. We already have 100 kilos of plastic over here. Oh, I didn't add the beds back in. Oopsie. Let's see. We had that. Oh, do the rocket next. Rocket. Beautiful. Alrighty. So that'll give us all the comfy beds. Now we do want to... I'll look into getting this achievement today, I believe. Let's see. It's not in Nowhere to Go. We can get in Nowhere to Go too, because we have plenty of reed fiber to actually make clothes. I will probably get No Place Like Clone today as soon as we get Minnow. Get a room. Let's see what we need. We just need a great hall. Really, because I upgraded this to... Because I upgraded this to the banquet hall. So what I'll do is I'll just deconstruct this. And we'll get that achievement. That is quite funny. Boom. There it is. The achievement popped. Get a room. So we needed a nature reserve, a hospital, which we have up top, a recreation room, which we have where the dupes grab the food, a great hall, which is a banquet hall, but we downgraded it to the great hall for this. All of our dupes are in luxury barracks now, other than the couple that we're still building beds for. We have a washroom, of course, a greenhouse, which I'm not even sure if we're actually growing anything that can be used in a greenhouse because mealwood can't be fertilized. And of course, we have a ton of stables because that's our main source. That's our main source of food is critters. Um, so those are easy ones. What we will try to do, like I said, is to get Minnow. I'm actually going to put this pedestal back so that we can upgrade this back to the hall. Let's see. Let's do the handcrafted one instead of the neutronium. Oh, I scroll right past it. Ornament, string break. I also reduced this down to 2 kilos per load into this refrigerator. I'm not sure why, but when it was at 5 kilos, there was stuff still going bad, and I didn't like this can reload it every single time a dupe pulls from it. So I didn't see a reason why not to just literally have it just decrease the amount so that we have a bit less spoilage. Let's see. I closed off all of these things. I think I had them open before, and they were getting random liquids dumped into them, and I didn't really want that. Let's see. How is our gleaner doing? We haven't had any more come into here, I don't think. No, we're still at the 8 kilos. This guy should be ready to be milked, though. Nice. Ooh, it looks like we have a couple that can be milked. Oh, nope. We walk away. That is alright. This should give us enough for Minnow, though. And then hopefully we will, hopefully what we'll also do is we'll be able to provide it for the dupes. Because it is a morale buff. I mean, all of our dupes have, oh, well. We did that in the middle of the save. But I mean, most of our dupes have 42 plus morale. Some of them, I don't know why some of these are a bit lower. Maybe spending time in like ranches and stuff decreases their morale a bit. So what I will likely need to do, you have 51 morale? Holy moly. But I'll work on the morale a little bit because what it probably is we just need a bit of, we just need a bit better decor. Because like I showed earlier, our only good decor really is inside the base. Everywhere else is not spectacular. I mean, we haven't really worried about decor anywhere else on the map. The decor is actually really good in here. And of course, if they're grooming the shine bugs have a massive amount of decor. So they're just maxed out as long as they're in here. But I mean, other than that, everywhere else on the map is just kind of nothing, you know. And that's okay. That's okay. And of course, like over here, it's awful. Like it's awful over here. Which we could probably fix by like walling this off so that dupes don't need to come in here because they don't really need to anyway. We need to get this filled because it's getting way too warm over here. Do I not have any polluted water available? I guess I don't. let me do this real quick, just to get this polluted water. That way we can go ahead and fill it up and actually start cooling it. I brought this oxygen down to 20 degrees instead of the 25 that we had it at. Just simply because like it was still getting quite warm out here. So I was like, all right, by the time it gets to these, it's gonna be almost 30 degrees anyway, coming through this direction. Now what I could do is I could make this all insulated pipe, and that would help. But I mean, why do so if I don't really have to? So, and we're still cleaning all of this area out. That should hopefully have made them, that did not make them do this. It is still a high priority, so hopefully they'll get to it here in a moment. What we got? We have 6 of these bad boys and 6 of these bad boys. That'll be okay. Let's see, there are more ore holes and stuff here. There's another geyser here. I don't know if I've checked it yet. I don't remember what it is, nonetheless. We have quite a few betas, which is fantastic. Because that does mean we have enriched uranium, and if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the achievements is to run a research reactor full blast for 5 cycles, I think. I did open this up as well, just to get it running, because the leaky oil fissure is very slow at producing what it does, but it's up for a long time. Oh, it's literally up all the time, I guess. Wait, what? Eruption 600 seconds every 600 seconds. Active 0.2 cycles every 0.5 cycles. Interesting. The leaky oil fissures are so weird. But I mean, irrelevant to that, it's doing its thing. There it is. There it is. So Minnow, we have procured 10 kilograms of caviar to offer to our splashy neighbor. We now have 1 new gasket to use as needed. So she gave us a gasket, but she is also joining the colony. So we finished that achievement as well, the Better Together imperative. And we'll get a nice little cutscene for it. Huzzah! We have shown the survivor that ours is a colony worth joining. She says her name is Minnow. Her serene temperament and ability to survive long stretches without oxygen will serve us well as we face the infinite challenges of marine colony building. Awesome. So we ended up getting No Place Like Clone and Better Together in all at the same time because we hit 20 dupes and we got Minnow. Hopefully Minnow doesn't have problems getting back here because this is a long way from oxygen. So we will see. I will click her and track her for a moment. Is she sleeping? Why is she sleeping? Oh, Minnow. Oh, Minnow. So what do we get? Ancient Knowledge, Freedizer, Biohazardous, Gourmet, Ugly Crier, and Yodeler. Honestly, not the worst. Definitely not the worst it could be. Okay, that was just from us getting both of those at the same time. That's perfectly okay. And our gasket's down here. Did she make it out? Can I follow her? Man, I'm so glad she has the diver stuff. The diver skill, the dive master is so good. Like it's crazy, man. And the like plus 100 maximum breath, it takes them longer to catch their breath when they need to catch their breath, but man, they're able to stay in areas with no oxygen for so much longer. Like, and you don't have as much of the running back and forth. It's run back, breathe for a little longer, and then you're able to stay working in the area with no oxygen for longer, which I think is just insanely good. It is a crazy. I feel like it is a crazy fundamental change to how the game has worked before. You are not. Oh, you're glum because you were tame. Okay, fair enough. You're also glum because you were tame. So, do they still? They still produce the radiation. That's good, because I mean, the main reason for these guys right now is just getting rid of the slime lung. So, and we have taken over the slime lung with only floral scent up to these 3 levels here. There's a bit of slime lung still over this direction. There's still some polluted oxygen here as well, which we're trying to get all cleaned out. Pop that out. And this is now down to 20 degrees, which is perfect. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we've got plenty of temp coming out of these. So that's great. And now that we have 2 of these running, it shouldn't be a problem. This guy barely ever runs just because this is all insulated. So we have almost no heat transfer coming into here. And the heat that does transfer from these guys like hatching and stuff is just kind of deleted because, or doesn't matter once we get down to the bottom because of the pipes here. We're just not having to worry about it too much. See, all of our guys are running here, and this is down to 20 degrees. We have a bunch of hydrogen, and of course, you know, we have a bunch of free oxygen if we like need at some point to 1, do hydrogen rockets, and 2, or hydrogen and oxygen rockets. And you know, if this ever breaks or anything, we need to come in and fix something, we have the stuff for it. I think what we need to do today, what I was thinking about doing anyway, is actually setting up for steel production, because we had some steel going, but we ran out of coolant over here. And I think what needs to happen today is I think we need to set up actual steel production, sustainable steel production. And what needs to happen to start off with that is we actually kind of need an area for natural gas. And we have some of these areas down here that we can use for that, because this area is going to be natty gas anyway. Let's see, this area. So we have this build, which means that we are going to want an area here. Let me see. I think there's a way for me to close this off. But I think it has to be done with this. So, let's see. My bad. I didn't check that. Because I think what we can do is actually don't deconstruct that yet. Yeah, we want it because this will give us sulfur and more nat gas. Do one of the other ones have nat gas already available? I don't want any of this water to come out either. So we want all of this polluted brine to actually stay in here so that this always stays submerged. I think if I push this polluted brine to here, the saltwater can't come in, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong with that. I could very well be extremely wrong with that. I don't actually know. But we'll see. I'm gonna dig through all this stuff anyway at some point. We are still gonna want to clear out the whole map, but, you know, not super worried about that right now. I am going to need to retame this, and I want to tame this one, because we will most certainly want to harvest all of that stuff. There's that thing down... Oh, it's another oil biome over here, which is really good. And so what I'm trying to do... Sorry, I didn't explain this previously. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to get some oil. I want to turn it into petroleum. And then with that petroleum, with that oil from petroleum... sorry, with the petroleum that I get from that, what I want to do with it is I want to take that petroleum and use it as a coolant for my metal refinery, because it's just a really good coolant. Now what we need to do here is I need to kind of just to catch this stuff, because as soon as we break this natural gas will want to flow up. This one has the same problem. Alright, we are getting to work on this. There is a significant amount of stuff here. How are we taking pressure damage here, man? Very annoying. Okay, this is perfect. So now this is a vacuum. So that's exactly what I wanted, is I wanted this to kind of force a vacuum around it, and make it to where we wouldn't have a whole lot of pressure damage, because I think the pressure damage comes from when you have two different liquids on different sides, which is extremely annoying. So we don't really want that to happen. And if I'm not mistaken, what I can kind of do is... This is probably still too much liquid to put anything down, because I think the... Let's see. I don't think this is submergible. It doesn't say it's submergible. So I wouldn't be able to just put this here. Also, this is way bigger than what I thought it was for some reason. So we might not be able to put it here. Actually, maybe we can. Hold on. So let me see what I can do. Alright, we finally have some of this stuff going. Got this set up now. But we're making a little bit of petroleum. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. So this should be plenty to get our steel production online, which is exactly what we need. So let's see. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We're taking pressure damage here, but whatever. We're not really that worried about it. Blocking that off anyway. And I think the steel production... Let's see. Where do we want to put this? Almost all of our ranches are over here. I would most certainly like to keep it over here, I think. Because this is here. So the closer we can have it to our main stuff, the better. So I think right here is probably a good idea. This guy's actually broken, which is not... Uh-oh. Alright, let's see. Let's see. In order to have these in here, I think they'd have to be at a... Well, maybe not. Have like 2 of these here. And what I would want to do is, let's see. I will probably end up having more in here than I care to admit. doubt these would be running full blast all the time. This really needs to be out of steel. Why can I not make this out of gold? It's so stupid. I don't like that being right up against the wall. Alright, in this, we want, let's see. So what I think we want is I will put this here. This will need to be steel as soon as we can turn it into steel. How are we doing over here? Oops. It is broken again. It's all down to -30 though. It's huge. It's crazy that this is getting so hot. Overheat temperature should be like, it's 125. Oh boy. Alright, let's get all this nonsense built. I think this is how it's gonna be. This will give us plenty of space to have a bunch of steam in here. Let me do this. Do this, and then this will make a vacuum here, so there won't be any heat transfer, which is exactly what we want. Because if this is red, then we want this to be green. If this is green, we want this to be red. Right? Why is this sending a red signal? What? If below 8? How did that get changed? What happened? What? I have no idea how that got changed. Oh, we can't reach this, can we? Oops. When in the world are we gonna have power this initially? Oh, this is a max gas pressure. That's not great. Alright, so it looks like we've basically got this almost completely vacuumed out. We have all of our liquid coolings in. We have this to make sure this is cooled plenty. Now, these lines here will they'll basically just exchange temps with the steam. It'll exchange temps with the metal tiles, which will exchange temps with the steam, which will just kind of allow us to it'll allow this temperature to balance out a bit, because the temperature of petroleum it doesn't spike into sour gas until 538. The steam is never going to get that hot. So we shouldn't ever have to worry about that. You guys are creating a ton of heat, which is very interesting. Don't need that anymore. I can deconstruct that. Where is... Do I have any liquids? This is broken again. It's okay for now, because we will get some steel production online decently quick. Do I have any water I can put on it? Ooh, that's perfect. Get that moved over, see if we can get some steam going. Well, that's probably not a good idea, actually. We still don't have this vacuumed out. Alright, now we can do it. Get a couple more rounds of steel in, because we need to replace this bad boy ASAP. We're down to -10. We are almost there. not load up extra into this? I could have sworn I loaded up extra into this. Apparently not, man. 300 degrees. Not bad at all. Just a little warm, I would say. Still coming out at 250. That's still way too hot. Do gotta be a little careful with this because it's really hot now. When does this flash? We need this water to flash. At 9.7. It is coming down dramatically. Especially when it has to stay. Like, so I don't think it's at any risk of overheating, and as soon as this flashes, like I said, we will just be perfectly fine. So I think, do we have enough now? We do. Actually, this is a... We're gonna yellow alert those things. Because this has got to happen now. Like, we cannot allow this to become a problem. If we start expiring food, that's going to be a massive problem for us. Beautiful. Perfect. All of this stuff is refrigerated, but it is going stale, which is not great. There's, for some reason, reed fiber in here. I don't know why there's reed fiber in there. It's okay. This is now down to -21. Beautiful. This is getting there very quickly. It's not exchanging as much temp as I would like it to. This petroleum might flash. I don't think it will, but it might. Stuff's coming out really hot. Oh. I'm sorry, what? I guess it was a little warm. Okay, let's not do that then. How about we do this? Make it out of steel. It's like I said, until this flashes. There we go. There we go. There's my steam. This is 400, but this should... Yeah, oh yeah, perfect. As long as we are able to take the temperature down past that, past the 132 degrees that this cranks it up at, then we should be perfectly fine. We just have to be extremely careful. Okay, these won't overheat as soon as the steam actually, like, starts spreading. We should just be perfectly fine. Perfect. Oh yeah. It's coming back in at 186, coming out at 488. Yeah, we're having no problems there. What I can do though, as just kind of an assistance here, something that won't melt would be great. I don't really think I need it though, is the thing. Like, the tip in here is actually pretty consistent. And let's go ahead, and I am gonna do... Oh. That's fine, don't worry about it then. Alright, so we are coming in at 346, and we are leaving at 169. Perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. So this will last us forever. This will absolutely last us forever. Well, perfect. Well, that has been a long and arduous journey. I broke it a couple times. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.